Visibility without micromanagement. How CEOs stay in control without hovering. So, welcome back to the Scale Ready CEO podcast. In the last episode, we spoke about delegation without dependency, how to design trust into your system so your business runs even when you're not in the room.
And the most common response which founders sent was okay, that I know I am stuck, I need to delegate. But how do I ensure what is going on?
Yep, and that is the biggest question, how do you stay in control without controlling everyone? And that's what today's conversation is all about, visibility without micromanagement.
Because micromanagement doesn't control, it feels like control, but it actually kills it.
Yes, perfectly said. And MNC CEOs, they don't hover, they design the visibility. Let's unpack it now in today's episode.
Let's start with the first question itself by answering that why do founders end up micromanaging even when they know that it really burning them out?
See, micromanagement is like, a mask. They feel it's their responsibility. Being a founder, it's their responsibility to manage everything, to have a control. And it starts with just simple, I'm checking the progress. But suddenly you're checking every file, every message, every invoice. And you have to ask 10 people to know what is happening. So then that means not in control. You're just over involved. The place where your second line of leadership should be stepping up, you are overstepping on their steps.
So are we saying that micromanagement is absence of visibility systems?
I think, yes, that is the right statement. It's absence of visibility of systems. So if you can't see the truth through your structure, you change it through people.
But what is the right kind of visibility systems that the CEOs really need?
It's not about knowing everything, it's about knowing the right things on time. So when you are the scale ready CEO, when you have a stable business, you need to cut out the noise. You need to focus on the numbers that really matter to you. You don't need 100 updates from your team. You need those five metrics that move your business up towards the growth you are looking for. That shows whether your business is healthy or there are few red flags. When you build that kind of visibility, you lead from facts and not the gut feeling.
So are we saying that visibility becomes your radar, not your binoculars? What do I mean by radar is that radar has a 360 view system where we can scan everything around us, but binoculars are manual and they can only point to a particular direction.
I love that analogy what you're using. So binocular is about manual investigation. You need to look into that direction to find the challenges or the hidden truths you want to uncover. Radar is where it auto populates. Anything that is, which is a positive sign of growth or a negative sign of growth in your business, that shows automatically on your radar. You don't need to get into investigative mode.
And you have also worked in MNCs. How do those CEOs manage massive visibility without micromanagement?
Yep, hundreds and thousands of employees spread across continents in the globe. So, the kind of governance model it requires for MNC to run, it's all with the governance rhythm. Every function, every department has fixed non-negotiable reviews. There are daily reviews, weekly, monthly, quarterly. Those rhythms act like company's heartbeat. No one wait for CEO's call. CEOs is calling and telling them I need to see the financial report now. No, those reports automatically lands in CEO's dashboard. So they are able to see it through information flows automatically through pre-decided loops. And that's how they scale. It's about consistency by design.
This is the secret where the absence of CEOs never shakes the system or the production lines because visibility is already embedded in the systems. So it keeps on going, keeps on creating the efficiency that needs to be there.
Yeah, their system knows it even before the CEOs ask. All the red flag, all the health factor of business, they're already out there, speaking out loud. And CEO need not to ask them. It's visible to him directly.
So if a MSME founder watching this episode right now, How can a MSME founder replicate the same levels of visibility without getting lost in data?
It's a pretty straightforward three-layered, system. I call it three-layer visibility system. Layer one is about the data point, real-time metrics. As I said, because you have a stable business which is ready to scale, you don't need to track hundreds of things. You only need to track 5 to 7 those parameters which are impacting your business growth directly. It can be your weekly sales, it can be your cash in, it can be your customer feedback, open orders or project delivery status. And another major thing, no fancy tools, just something you and your team can update easily. If you over complex, over engineer your data point collection system, it is going to, blow out tremendously. We can talk about in detail, it can have a different episode altogether. But keeping it simple at the starting point is the main focus area. Keep it simple in Excel sheet, Google sheet, no fancy tools.
That's something new to hear because most founders think that in this era of AI first, visibility is related to automation, visibility is related to dashboards, visibility means complex CRMs.
Yeah. And that is where, they hurt themselves, they self sabotage. The moment you say dashboard to them, they go full engineer mode, or I should say over engineering. They complicate their system, complicate Excel macros, automated WhatsApp tools, automated reminder tool, the chatbot comes into picture. Everything they just want to adapt the MNC system overnight.
I think I have seen that because teams spend more time only feeding the trackers, not doing the actual work.
And that is so true. You are taxing your team. They are burdened, they are burned out because of the complex system you're bringing in. At what cost? It is hampering their production system, it's hampering their quality productive time. And you are expecting them to update the tracker, and which, they will quit eventually. And including the founder also, 2 3 months down the line, he will think that the team is inefficient, and the team will think the founder is unrealistic. And you know what this becomes, if you're looking for a visibility system that needs a separate tutorial, it's not a system, it's a side project you have created for your team. So that is about the layer one. We can do deep dive into that topic, I love it. But let's go by the visibility system I was talking about. So layer two is the scheduled reviews. Layer one, we spoke about having a clear real time metrics. Layer two is scheduled reviews. You need to set a predictable rhythm. MNCs have, weekly reviews, daily reviews, monthly reviews. It can be a Monday team review, it can be a Friday financing, it can be a monthly strategy check, it can be a governance check on the new initiative, it can be a quarterly check. So those predictability reduces the anxiety. Third layer in this overall plan is strategic reflection. As a CEO, once a month, spend 1 hour reviewing the patterns. Remember, you're not solving the problems here. It's seeing the thing the way they are. What's working, what is not working, what is slipping, what needs to stop running. And when you need to say that this is the decision you need to stop working on, it's dependent upon you as a founder. So, those are the three layers. If one can implement, the visibility is guaranteed.
So can we say here that visibility is more about rhythm and reflection, not about data reports that needs to be fed into trackers, Google Sheets, complex CRMs?
Exactly. Keep it simple. Make it as a habit. The discipline you need to bring in as a founder, and the discipline give it to your team also. Scale will happen, and the scaling of visibility will also happen slowly. But bringing or making that habit of updating or collecting the right data point is the crucial part of it. So keep it as simple as possible.
But I feel now is that we are talking about dashboards, Google Sheets, CRMs. So it feels like a trap. So it's like a maze we are in, and people are looking to one tool sometime to the another tool that it can really help them. So shall we show some like put it on the spotlight for a minute?
Yeah, I think that is where, founders get overexcited and it falls apart. They get excited by the name itself, systemized, automated. This, then they suddenly try to build everything MNC level. They expect their team to fill 10 columns, day in, day out, automate their task updates, sync their WhatsApp reports, and then wonder why nothing works after 2 weeks, because the complex system they are making is breaking somewhere at the data entry point or at the automation level. And remember, unless you are a tech company building on complex system, you don't need to bring these complex areas into picture. It has to be simplified. The message breakdown through hierarchy.
Exactly same that a management consulting report also reveals that a team pretends to follow it up, but it doesn't happen, and it end up making the founder frustrated.
That is so true. Founder thinks my team is inefficient. They're not even capable of updating a simple data. To him, it looks simple data, which he built on a complex system. And his team thinks the founder is unrealistic. He is expecting us to be tech savvy, be Excel savvy, be the automated savvy. And what task he was supposed to give to us, we are not able to perform that. So he's completely unrealistic. And that's how the whole system quietly dies. So here is the truth. Start with clarity, not complexity. Visibility is not about dashboard, the complex dashboard. It's about discipline of gathering data, capturing data for the right time of visibility. And yes, we are going to do a full episode just on this topic. Next week, we will cover the dashboard trap, how founders overcomplicate simplicity and kill visibility.
I can already feel if some SML founders are watching this, so can feel their guilty smiles are forming there.
And that's okay. We all have done that. We are chasing the perfectionism. We are chasing that perfect system that magically turns up everything. It shows up automatically things to you. But key is to unlearn it before it costs you trust and time.
Oh, I really love the idea of it is costing you trust and time. So if we look back again at MNCs, what is their golden rule for managing the massive visibility?
So it's pretty simple with MNC. They design visibility, they don't demand it, they don't expect their employees to be extra committed. Their system are so robust, it depends upon the structure being reliable, not about people being reliable in updating the information. That's how the performance stay visible even when their leadership line changes.
Absolutely, and it really can help MSME being future ready. So they can really see from a top pot sitting and their teams and their business vision is right in front of them. Then this is the next step we have to take it from.
Yep, exactly, my friend. Visibility is your freedom, not control. So don't confuse it.
And what if we want to define visibility without micromanagement in one line?
I will say stay curious, not controlling. Design systems that show you truth without you chasing it.
What I understand the essence of it is don't confuse dashboards with discipline. Don't confuse CRM complex sheets or data reports with discipline, because discipline is the foundation of your visibility. That's where if people are committed, people are accountable to whatever commitment, ownership, responsibility they have given, it will really fall into place.
That is rightly said. It's discipline, it's a habit building, it's the culture founder is bringing in his or her organization. So, discipline of simple data point tracking, and that multiply to regular reviews and checks, and that multiplies to strategic reflection. That's how visibility flows from the simplest data point to strategic reflection, how the business will grow in 5 years, what works and what doesn't work. And it starts from the very first step, right data points to track. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this conversation. I suggest go back to episode 1 and 2 if you want to enjoy the complete set of mindset shift which we are making through this podcast that makes this visibility possible. Next week, we are going to dig deep into the dashboard trap, the messy middle where most systems collapse. Until then, I'm Gunika, and this is the Skill Ready CEO podcast. Lead by design, not by default. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.